What's up, everybody? So today we'll be doing some updating to the garage. As you guys know, the Subaru has become a massive project, much bigger than what I had originally anticipated it to be. You guys can see it is just a rolling shell at this point. And like I said, it is rolling. I took it off the jack stands. We've got a couple dollies underneath there. So the car is now movable. And I've already taken advantage of that. I've been doing a bunch of stuff off camera. We've got stuff all kind of put in totes here for the Subaru parts. I've got the 2.5 RS stuff. I've got the OBS wagon stuff. I've got the WRX stuff. We've got both engines in here currently. So the NA 2.2 liter as well as the WRX 2 liter sitting there. So both of those are in here. They may not stay here. Like I said, I want to go through and organize everything and have it so it's proper in here so we can utilize the space even more. And by utilizing and making the space more functionable, I brought this thing over here yesterday with my brother. So we've got this big old 80-gallon air compressor, which you can see based on the size that we were using. That little 20-gallon just wasn't cutting it. So now I have access to air tools and have better equipment to be able to keep working on this car. So if you guys don't know, this air compressor actually came from my last garage. I had that set up and this thing was an absolute tank, worked great, and did everything I needed it to do. It's more than capable for the stuff that I want to do in here. So I'm thinking we'll get this freezer out of here. We'll put it in the house, put the air compressor there. We'll have one line hook up here. We'll run it across the ceiling, have a secondary line over there. That we have two sources of air. But yeah, I think that'll be much nicer. I may look into moving that fridge as well as this cabinet just to have even more space in here because I've got other plans which you guys have to stay tuned for. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing out of here and get that thing set in place. And just like that, we now have the compressor in place. Like I said, I still need to get this wired in for the 220 outlet back there, but we'll have to wait on that until I can get an electrician over here. For now though, we can go ahead. I may have to get a 90-degree to come off of this. That way it's not just right up there against the wall, but we should be able to run our hose and stuff across here, put our water separated there, and then get our lines and stuff to run across the ceiling to that side over there. As you can see there, we're making really good progress. We've got our few 90s on this wall here completed. So this whole setup is now done. We've got our water separator there, 90 running up and then going over. So our next big task is going from here all the way across and over to the window. And then we'll run the one down there with a connection outlet right there. And like I said, I've already got one of these that are set up from the old shop here, which is good to go. So it's got our little fitting and stuff right there. Super easy to work with. This hose and stuff is really nice of a kit. If you guys are interested, this is the RapidAir line setup. So this is the 3/4 inch piping, and it comes basically all coiled up. You just stretch it out. It's basically a PVC pipe with aluminum outer, so you can see there, it keeps it from rupturing and keeps and holds compressed air. Works awesome. Like I said, I use this at the old shop. This is all kind of leftover stuff, but I'm obviously reusing it and repurposing it. And like I said, it's super easy to work with. All you do is just kind of stretch it out, figure out your correct lengths, and then you just come over here. It takes this little clipper, this piece here, and you cut it to basically whatever size you want. Ream out the hoses, so you have your different sizes based on what kit you got. Mine being the 3/4 inch kit. We've got this one here, so you just kind of ream it out, and then your connection fittings will just kind of thread on like you guys saw me do with each one of those 90s. So now we got that set up, I guess let's go ahead, like I said, try to run this one across. I've got plenty here, just need to figure out how we can get it straight enough. So let's get that one hung up. As you can see there, the airlines are now completely run and looking really good. This section here was honestly a little bit of a challenge to get it to go straight. The whole roll being coiled up made it a bit of a struggle, but I think we did a pretty good job. Having those little brackets there to lock everything in place definitely helped. And of course, we got it over there now with our outlet. So we'll have an outlet on this wall, and we'll also have the outlet here to connect to the tank itself and have a regulated air just based on what we have for our setup there. But overall, looks pretty good. I still got to go through on each one of these little 90s, and as well as these where it connects here on the water outlet there. I need to go through, tighten those up, make sure we don't have any air leaks in the system. And we won't be able to test that just yet until we get the compressor fully hooked up. I need to get the electrician over here probably in a week or so. I think that's when he said he could come over. So we'll get him over here, wire that thing up, and then we'll be able to test for air leaks. But other than that, I say it's looking pretty good. So I went ahead, got everything all tightened down, and it's looking good. I did make one little change here. I decided to go through and add one more connection here, which you guys can see right there. I put this one on this lower section here. That way it's going through the air water separator as well as being regulated from here, rather than having to adjust all this stuff, which we do have these couple outlets there we can still utilize. But I figured, you know what, might as well add another one. So now that we got that all completed and looking good and snugged up and secure, all we got left to do is just wait for the electrician. Like I said, probably be a week or so before he's over here to get that all wired up. So for now, let's go ahead and try to clean this place up, make a little bit more space. We'll get rid of these totes and stuff, try to find a home for those, as well as find a place to put all this extra air hose. So as you can see there, we got the extra line put away. I got a bunch of stuff that was on that countertop freed up and put away in totes. So now I have extra space there. All the stuff that was on the floor is now cleaned up. The 4 totes that were over there are now put away as well. I did go through, I cleaned up between the cars here. So now we should have plenty of space to work on the Subaru, as well as having the air compressor in here will make a world of difference as far as getting this thing done. So overall, I'm super happy to have that done. There's still a few things that I want to do in here. Like I said, I kind of want to move that fridge, and I also want to move this cabinet, but I think we're going to wait because I want to get the electrician over here to get this thing all wired up. We need to get 220 to this, but other than that, that should be all that needs. Then we can go through and check if this has any air leaks and stuff. But yeah, once that's done, we'll be able to move on to the next big thing that I got coming for this garage. So you guys have to wait and stay tuned for that. But once we go through and reorganize a few more items here, we'll be able to set up that next item that I have to make this place even more functional, because we're going through like a whole restoration on the Subaru. So you guys have to wait, stay tuned for what I got planned for that. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys did, make sure big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.